Hello ladies and gentlemen, GM here, and welcome to my Let's Play of Mad Max. So you'll notice there's a resume game button right here. I popped into the tutorial for about 20 minutes just to see what it was all about. We will be starting a new game, obviously. Going into the settings, good array of things here actually. Looks like a nice PC port, which thank God, because after Arkham Knight, yeah, that's what I needed from Warner Brothers. I'll be turning everything down a little bit. Cinematics volume will be up though. I won't be speaking during any of the cinematics. In terms of other features in this immediate menu, Warner Brothers already showing a little bit of their publishing influence. My mouse has become disconnected apparently. There we go. Warner Brothers showing a little bit of publishing influence. We've already got a downloadable content button. There we go. Just to show you guys what it's all about. It's actually not like day one game DLC, which is good. You can either buy Mad Max the game plus the Fury Road film, or the entire anthology, which is the Fury Road film, Mad Max 2 Road Warrior, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, and just the original Mad Max film. I have no idea why they made this. I don't know who this is for. I don't know who would be playing this game that doesn't already have the movie, pretty much. But if you're interested in getting probably a downloadable version of the movie, I assume they don't send you a DVD, then that's an option for you. Alright, let's begin.
One such man, one who had lost all, over and over, and to this he had lost his sanity. His was a never-ending journey away from the phantoms of his past. He believed he could silence the cacophony in his mind and find peace beyond a place he called the Plains of Silence. He now had the vehicle, the weapons, the provisions and the fortitude. He only needed the fuel. And here, there was but one place to go for fuel. Gastown.
Listen, my apostles of Arthur. You've hunted well. Here's the fox who thought he'd plunder from Scabra Scrotus.
What a lovely day. Love this music. Also, love that intro. Reminds me a lot of a Fury Road scene or something. It's pretty fucking cool.
I'm going to ask a question. Answer if you can. Will anyone here tell me what is the soul of a man?
For another brawl. This setback would not stop him. He would have his peace, even if it meant another war. And war was coming, because he had created a mortal enemy. Good boy.
It's one hell of a smart dog. Hey boss, I got your shotgun. Alright. Few interesting things about that trailer. Here, let's actually go into the bios. They don't tell you this menu partition exists, but it does. So we picked up our water canteen, which we'll be using to regain health, and we also picked up Max's go-to firearm, the shotgun. We also have some information about that man whose head we stuck a chainsaw through, Scabrous Scrotus. You'll notice he actually has like a phallic metal codpiece he's wearing right there. I wonder if his name actually hints at him being infertile or something being wrong with his actual biological phallic equipment. I have no idea. So he is the son of Immortan Joe. I mentioned that in my other Mad Max video in which I had some predictions for the game. He's also the brother to Rictus, which is why they look very similar for anyone who's seen Fury Road. Killed his first man at the age of 7. So he's pretty much the new leader of Gastown. Hangs his enemies' heads from his body. Pretty brutal guy. Definitely not somebody you'd want to run into in a dark alley. And we also have Max.
To find peace, I must reach the plains of
so his whole mission is to reach the Plains of Silence. He hopes to find peace there. He's been driven insane by presumably things he's done. He needs his black on black to get there though, which is his car, which as we just saw has been taken by Scabrous Scrotus. I wonder if they actually mention anything about what he's done that's haunting him so much in here. It's not really a secret, but I won't spoil it if it doesn't say what happened to him. Voices of past ghosts. Alright. So, it's a Mad Max trope in every Mad Max affiliated thing. George Miller, the creator of the universe, actually talked about this. Mad Max always starts out with the black on black, his trusty Interceptor. It's the car that you see him driving in the beginning of Fury Road. It's the car he's driving here. See our dog up at there leading us somewhere. And in the beginning of everything Mad Max, it always gets taken out instantly. Now, even though these cliffs look like they would have an invisible wall in front of them, they don't. You can run off of here and die. Something that I found out while I was seeing where I was allowed to go. Right now we're in a region called the Great White. It's a former ocean. Now it's just covered by shipwrecks and lots of sand. Get some water. Drink that shit up. Glug 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 from this collector that someone has very nicely just left here. You would think this is something that somebody would take with them, but I guess not. One interesting thing to note is you get closer to anything in the game, it blurs a lot. It's probably so people don't notice any texture issues, but it's kind of nice. Gives it a little bit of a cinematic feel. Yeah. A few interesting things about the trailer. Just gonna stop here, look around, and talk about it. Funny things, more like. Not necessarily that interesting. In case you heard that in the background, it's because somebody just did something with her dog. Say hot sun. One, I have no idea how that war boy he blew away with his shotgun in the very beginning just had a tank of fuel sitting under him. I thought that was kind of funny. Also, the fact that the car that war boy was driving just kind of dissipated instantly into a bunch of scrap. I find it hard to believe that Scrotus, his legs didn't break when he jumped off of his Land Mover. That's his vehicle. And also that our chainsaw through the head didn't kill him. But that's actually confirmed by the narrator. It's confirmed that Scrotus is still alive. If you listen, he does say that we made a powerful enemy, that we essentially have declared war on Scrotus by sticking a chainsaw through his fat, ugly face. So I have no idea how he's alive, but he is. Aha. A dinky D. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, meet.
Chumbucket, this man, are you quiet, gently?
For eating.
It's you. Thou was alive inside the other gives birth. So to blaze by godly plug ignite. Revolution about revolution rejoice. Please, don't kill Chumbucket. Please. Hey.
Why shouldn't I?
Because I know you. Yeah. I spied you in the long lookers. They left you for the blowflies, and they snatched your ride, and now you'll be looking to snatch it back. That's what the prophecy says. You're the driver.
That's right.
And Chumbucket is your man. Yeah, I'm your man. Yeah, yes, I am. See, I have a vehicle that can take you to your car. I do say. That's right. She's not running now. Sorry for that. I came here for the parts. You see, I'm a black finger. I can make it work again. And Dinky D, too, is gonna need an overhaul.
Don't go straight.
No, I won't. I know you'll find me and dismantle me. I know. Chumbucket's not stupid.
In case you all are wondering, the Dinky D he's referring to is actually our dog. Take a quick look at his bio. Bizarre wasteland mechanic. His background is unclear. He stems from Gastown originally, cast out despite his extraordinary skills as a Blackfinger mechanic, so he definitely does have ties to Gastown and Scabrous Scrotus, which is interesting. If we go over here and take a look, you'll see his Blackfinger tattoo on his back. Makes me wonder if the reason he looks so fucked up is because he was being experimented on, or if it's just natural. Obviously, a lot of inspiration from Disney's Notre Dame Hunchback design for his face and everything. Let's talk with him and see what he has to say.
Dog's bleeding out.
Oh, I can fix it, but I do my best work in my sanctum.
Push the car.
I need wire to fix my buggy. Then I can show you where they took the black on black.
Where do I find wire?
Up that path. But before you go, grab some grits, Saint. You must be running on fumes.
Nom 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 nom. Some beautiful eating animations right there.
Canned food. Sure beats eating maggot gruel.
I would assume that most things beat eating maggot gruel. We'll get through here later. You can kind of see Chumbucket's car right there, his buggy. He can move this thing, even though we can't for whatever reason. We're obviously much more physically capable. Regardless, still can't sprint. You can't sprint in this area for some reason. If you've been trying in this area, it does unlock just up ahead. The sprint key. You see it right there. It is just the shift key. Pretty basic. I mean, if you've played a video game before, essentially, you know the controls for this game. A few interesting things I just want to mention in terms of our pal Chumbucket over there. He definitely has this whole pseudo-sexual religious fanaticism going on in terms of worshiping cars and mechanical things. He calls us the Saint, and what's interesting to me about that is that Mad Max just says, yeah, that's right. When he gets called the driver, the Saint, Chumbucket mentions a prophecy. Mad Max does not seem all that put off by it. It makes you wonder if there has been this prophecy that whoever is trying to find the Plains of Silence, whoever can actually get there, will attain peace and sanity, which is obviously something that pretty much nobody in this world has. Got some pretty cool things. One thing that's interesting is there will be some hieroglyphs that actually appear on this cave when we're running back through here later. They're not there right now. I have no idea why. Could just be something they overlooked, or there could be more significance to it. But the idea of Max actually being this kind of religious warrior, this saint, is really fascinating to me. Here we've got a war pup. War boys, trained in the arts of war since childhood. Pretty much indoctrinated bodies of destruction. We've got our first sample of the combat here. I wonder if I can knock this guy off this. Not quite. You can punch him off this. The combat in this game actually uses the environment around you, which is a nice spin on the whole Arkham style. I have backed him up here before and kind of punched him against it, and you can just lean him up against here and rail on him. It's nice. It adds a little bit more to the combat system, which I am personally very glad about because, just like everybody else on Earth, I'm tired of the Arkham system of combat. I'm gonna get tired of it in this game too. Especially since it's obvious you'll be using melee most of the time. You can actually use your gun in fights though, like this. Boom. I've never actually hit two of them with that shotgun blast, but it is nice to know it's actually a functional shotgun. So you can slug guys. One thing that I talked about in my other video, you can also knock the spears out of these guys, was I was hoping that Mad Max just wouldn't be some insane martial artist, because it's kind of canonical in the universe that he's a former cop slash ex-military guy. But obviously that would just mean he's been trained in basic hand-to-hand combat and basic martial arts. So I'm glad they didn't just make him into Batman for absolutely no reason when he's fighting hand-to-hand. It's definitely pretty brutal, lots of headbutts, lots of knees to the groins, which I'm aware Batman does those things, but he also uses much more martial arty type moves. You saw me collecting some scrap up here. Just the optional objective for this little area. You can use it to improve your car and also probably to repair it, although I don't know. We're actually going to come across something pretty interesting up here. In the meantime, I'd just like to say that Avalanche did an amazing job on the environmental design and the sky domes for this game. They did mention that since a lot of it's just a desert, that the sky domes is where a lot of the variation from region to region comes in, and they certainly look pretty amazing. The lighting effects and everything look really good. It's pretty impressive to me that this is the Just Cause 2 engine. It's obviously been upgraded a lot.
Not yet. You were not ready.
Wait!
Here we see the hieroglyphs I was talking about earlier have showed up. It's kind of an unknown, but I guess you can assume if it's not just a technical oversight, that that guy was down here doing those, which means they might have some sort of significance. Maybe you'll see them again later. What's interesting about that interaction to me is that guy says that we are not ready yet, and Mad Max actually says wait, which makes it seem almost like he knows the person. I'm probably reading way too much into it, but our Dinky D is leaking, so we better get over there.
Oh, here I heard the bloody sounds of a smackdown. You're not leaking, are you? Tell me you're not. Huh? Praise be! Praise be!
Something that I love about Chumbucket is he's constantly using mechanical terminology to describe very sentient things. He mentions our dog needing an overall. He mentions us leaking instead of, say, bleeding as a normal person would. It's just a nice little touch. It definitely develops his character a lot. And we are through to Chumbucket's buggy. We'll throw D here into the back.
Easy.
I have noticed that that dog can actually scout for mines and things. I will say, the driving from what I've done of it feels quite good in this game.
Amen! Here we arrive in time to save your left on black from slaughter. These barbarians love to chop.
There's a lot of torque, I guess. The wheels really feel like they're digging into the sand a lot, which is very nice. I like it a lot.
Looky look point. We may be able to spot your car.
A looky look point, he says. Let's see if we can do that.
We can see the camp from up there.
You can also see just how beautiful this game looks. I absolutely love the vistas in the Skydomes. Like I said, you can get to those flames over there for sure, because if we open up tab, we see, here's the map. It's big, guys. Super fucking big. So we're here right now. Gives you an idea of just how small this tutorial-ish area is compared to everything else. Looking forward to going over there, finding Gastown.
Over here! Over! Come look! You see, this is where the thick brow squat and cut. Butchers, infidels, dominant. Oh, yes, look. There. Scabrous Scrotus is their king. He's a big boss man from the Gastown, you see. Scrotus always keeps the best parts for himself. Yeah, but he's not here now. You see, I don't see the Land Rover.
I'm getting my car back.
Please. An idea. It's better for you, and it's better for me. Just listen. Look, your black on black is toast. It's scrap. It's gone. She'll never be whole again. Huh? Now I can build you a car. Bring into creation one that's faster and tougher than the black on black ever was. Yeah?
How tough, how fast?
Very faster than fear, tougher than an iguana's gonads. Come with me. We mustn't be seen. Huh? I'll take you to the tabernacle, and when you see what I'm going to show you, you'll be shouting holy all day long.
Just gonna continue on a little bit more up here. Can use our binoculars to scope out the area.
Perfect place to build a car.
We can get a little bit closer to the camp. Not much to see there. As Chumbucket says, the Land Mover is obviously not there right now.
Come, Sid. Yes, I have much to show you.
So we are going to do what he says, and we're going to drive over to this giant fuel tanker you see directly in front of us, this super red rust colored. But first,
Over there.
we'll also be doing something a little bit different.
I'm not sure. Oh, but we are at the bottom.
We will also be trying that jump, because there's an achievement for that, and I like seeing things pop up on my screen that tells me I'm immersed in the world. I also question how fast this thing can tear through rocks. Alright, we actually want to go up here. If you look on the lower left hand corner, you'll see a scavenging icon in the minimap. It's kind of this little thing. Here you'll see that we are about to discover a new enemy type, Scrappa. See this? This fist is going down your throat. Among the chaotic ranks of the groups collectively known as Roadkill. Definitely the weakest. Young fighters trying to prove themselves. Often choose to attack in large numbers. Nice little bits of flavor text. So these guys are trying to prove themselves to Scrotus, which almost makes me feel a little shitty about how I'm just brutally murdering them now. As you'll see, he does slump over on that box. The reason I'm doing this now is because when you start out in your Magnum Opus, your other car, you have pretty much shit all in terms of fuel, which is the resource that obviously you use to drive around. This game does have lots of resource management, that's for sure, which I personally don't mind. I was worried that it would be much more survival gamey-ish than it actually is. I'm happy as long as I'm not constantly breaking my immersion in order to worry about how much gas I've got. We will also be going down here in order to break into another scavenging camp, which is right around here. Got an enemy, a skink. I assume that you probably have to break that apart with a fuel tank. You can actually bust fuel tanks. Let's look at the enemy we just discovered. Are you in here? Nope. We do have the land mover though. This is what Scrotus was driving. It's interesting to me that Scrotus would actually go out with his boys just to hunt down a random guy. Skinks. Menial mining tasks like guard duty. It's interesting that they would hide such a weak enemy down there, but I guess they probably don't want us to do a lot of exploration before we actually just get our car, so I can understand that. Let's head back on over to that jump. Do that. I do love how awesome this car is. The amount of suspension on this thing is pretty ridiculous and it's pretty amazing. Where is that? Let's see. Where are you? There we go. Right. Let's get on up here. Turn around and do this thing. I just want to see what happens. Wonder how durable this buggy is. So it seems like shift is the brake key. I was actually expecting it to activate like nitrous or something. It has been said that there will be nitro boosts, so, but I guess not. Let's do it. No achievement. Makes me sad. Oh well. I won't waste more of your time. Let's go down here. One other thing that's interesting is that Mad Max has an Australian accent. I think in pre-release versions he actually had an American one and people got angry, but If you get out of the car and walk in here, you'll magically reappear driving the car when you enter. Chumbucket's hideout. Chum's hideout. Let's look at it. Located in a gigantic tanker in the Great White. Found this place, made his sanctum, and began building his wondrous magnum opus, which we will see shortly. It is wondrous indeed. Got a water cooler here. Gonna fill that up. You can never have too much water. I'm assuming we can probably find water tanks and bring them back to replenish this thing. I also hope that you can bring those sun silos with you to filter water. That would be cool. Let's go.
Come and see those things. Huh? Dream. Hallucination becomes truth. The angel made steel. By the fire that moves the piston, by the tranny on all high, by the cam and the U-joint blessed be, there she lies, the magnum opus. There she is.
This ain't a car. It's just a mess of parts.
My thoughts exactly.
No. She's knowledge from the numinous, divinely inspired. She wills herself upon this world. Look! See? Here, divine its drive shaft and a symbiosis of faith. Modded and made to measure. You want some of that old-time religion, huh? I got a classic whammy turbo high dog. Huh? Hell yeah! Bulletproof and torture tested. Statically upgraded with Chumbucket overdrive. Coils and springs, shocks and links too.
It's gotta be 8 cylinders, nothing less.
We will get there. Yes. First, we have to get her beautificial body.
Show me where it is.
Yes. Yeah. Come. No time like the present. Come on, Sid. We must go.
At least it works.
We will liberate her body from a place sad and strange.
Let's look.
Chariot.
Sorry to interrupt you, Chumbucket. Magnum opus, my life's work.
She is the angel combustion, becoming flesh.
Fastest, meanest, most outstanding one-man survival vehicle ever built in this wasteland. Here you can see what it can look like.
When to die, a place I call the graveyard.
So we're gonna go pick up our car's body in the next episode. For right now, I'll leave you here, staring into the car lights. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel a lot. And I will see you tomorrow. We've got Metal Gear Let's Play coming up today, and we'll probably be releasing both Mad Max and Metal Gear Let's Plays every day. Gonna try to just churn them out so that they get to you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.